What's going on? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my live stream. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Y'all can call me Eric. Um, we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about what happened on wrestling tonight. Make sure you guys hit the like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more. Just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes and 100 views. Now, SmackDown just went off the air a few minutes ago. We're going to talk about SmackDown, the final SmackDown before WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. This is how not much on the show except for the promo packages and the segment. We had some filler matches on the show that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go through the match card. We're going to go. This is my WrestleMania 41 prediction for night 1 and night 2. We have like 13 matches announced, possibly 14. We won't know, but we're gonna talk about all the matches, what we think will happen tomorrow night and Sunday. Um, and then we'll talk about, we'll go to the prediction for NXT Stand and Deliver that tomorrow morning, and then we're gonna watch the Hall of Fame 2025. I think it's on right. I think it's gonna be on in a couple minutes. It might be on right now, I think. But yeah, that's how the segment ended. Cody Rhodes and John Cena face to face before the match on Sunday. I can't wait for this. I thought it was a very good promo, a very decent promo. It made me wonder this match. This match is unpredictable. I wonder who can win this match and what can happen. Hope we get a swerve if something happens here. Um, now this video can be like my live stream can be like an hour long, an hour and 10 minutes. Now, um, here's the main event: Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I'm actually gonna go to my prediction right now. Now this is the main event for Sunday for the WWE Championship. The builds have been decent, but it's been kind of lackluster because John Cena hasn't been there. This is the fourth time John Cena showed up. He showed up 3 times on Raw. I mean, John Cena turned heel in shocking reaction that shocked the world. Almost said nation, but it shocked the world. The build-up have been kind of lackluster. I'm glad that he brought The Rock here. Cody mentioned The Rock a few weeks ago. Who saw to The Rock? John Cena brought The Rock, but that was it. Maybe we'll see The Rock here. He might be at WrestleMania. I think Travis Scott can be there. We'll see what happens in this match. The match is unpredictable. No one knows who's gonna win it. I'm looking forward to it. John Cena's last WrestleMania in the final year. First time John Cena as a heel. Is he gonna win or is he gonna lose? John Cena's advertised for the Raw at the Mania, so something had to happen. I didn't want to see a clean finish. I made that clear last week. There is no reason for a clean finish. There has to be a screwy finish or a fuck finish. John Cena as a heel should win by cheating. If you lose it clean, like fair and square, it's gonna like undo the work you did of him as a heel. It's gonna waste everything. You cannot waste away what we waited for more than 20 years to see. And John Cena's gonna win it and have it for a few months, like probably to Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, and then put it back on Cody. I'm okay with that. The thing about the money we can have with John Cena as a heel, and the rest of he can wrestle like Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Austin Theory. Those are matches I want to see at John Cena as a heel. If Cody will retain, I think whoever wins this match will probably face Randy Orton. Now there's history, and there's a lot of story there. Randy Orton, John Cena, this time Cena as a heel and Orton as the face. Or it could be Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Or it could be Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. I actually think John Cena should win here. That should be the bad ending. Well, now we know that night 1, we all know the main event is going to be Rollins, Reigns, and Punk. If Punk goes over, that's the happy ending. If Reigns goes over, that's the happy ending. I think the bad ending should be John Cena winning the title, getting booed out of the building. Maybe Cody gets screwed by The Rock. If The Rock shows up, screwed Cody Rhodes because he broke his heart at the chamber by not wanting to sell his soul and be a champion. So The Rock gonna break his heart. The Rock told him, you say no, then the dream dies. The Rock could break Cody's heart and take away the title. Take away what Cody worked so hard to get to. I'm actually waiting for John Cena, but Cody will all play it safe. If there's no direction, if there's no plan, if John Cena loses, how does he come back from it? What's he gonna do after? You cannot waste away a heel turn like this. I actually want John Cena to win. And just based on what we saw at the Go Home show, and based on what we saw back in London, Cody Rhodes had gotten the upper hand on John Cena. He's gotten over on John Cena here. John Cena does not look good. Tonight was the second time he got taken out with a single crossroads. It's gonna take more than one crossroads to beat John Cena. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes hit 3 crossroads. It's gonna be 4. It's gonna be kind of stale. Like we saw it last year, and we've been seeing that a lot in Cody big feud, whether it's Roman or it's Lesnar or Damian. We've seen that. I want to see that again. So I actually want John Cena to win and see where we go from there. John Cena's advertised for the WrestleMania. Can you imagine that he's gonna get if he wins the title? Maybe lose to The Rock. I hope The Rock gets involved and screw Cody Rhodes and sets up Rock and Cody for SummerSlam. You can have John Cena as champion face CM Punk at SummerSlam. That's a big match that we need to see. I would have Punk go over in the night 1 main event. That's the good ending, and Cena goes over. That's the bad ending for night 2. Night 2 only had like 7 matches. All right, so John Cena for the win. Now this is for the World Heavyweight title. This is on it tomorrow. Now, like I said, night 1 has 7 matches. Night 2 may have 6 matches. Jey Uso versus Gunther. The build-up had been it gotten a lot better, gotten more interesting. It needed it. Now, Jey Uso won the Rumble in shocking fashion. It was a great moment. Jey Uso is over fuck. He's the most over babyface among that wall. People love to eat. It's Jey time. Jey's gonna win. He's gonna win clean. Gonna beat Gunther, become world champion. Too bad he's not in the Rumble. Well, at first the Bills thought it kind of wacky. Cause it was like Gunther would put him in a sleeper hold every single week until Jimmy got involved and Jay Bots on Raw a few weeks ago. Jimmy smacked Gunther, and then we had that tag team match where Gunther put Jimmy in a sleeper hold, beat him up. He had to bathe in his own blood. Jimmy was busted open, and Gunther bathed in his own blood while we handcuffed Jay, made him watch. And Jay cut a very good promo the week after. Gunther cut a great promo. The build got a lot better. It's pretty predictable here. Jay is like 0-3 against Gunther. He lost last year when Gunther was the IC champion. He lost to him in the King of the Ring tournament, and he lost to him at Saturday night's main event. He's 0-3. He's not gonna be 0-4. And if he loses, well, that was a waste. Why book Jey Uso? I can't believe lose this guy. No one can find the guy believable. So it had to be Jay had to win here. I'm more interested in seeing what Gunther does post champion. Like, what is he when not the champion? I mean, I'm not betting Jey Uso would have no long title reign. Not gonna have a Roman Reigns or a Cody Rhodes or title reign. Yeah, he can have the belt probably to Money Bank or SummerSlam. So, yeah. I think Jey Uso gonna win here. Jay had to win. Jay time. Too bad he's not the main event. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair for Saturday for the Women's Championship. The feud had been shit. It's been nauseating. It's been cringe. It's been a train wreck. I don't know who's gonna win here. I'm afraid it might end the fuck finish. We might see. Maybe we might get. I think the feud can continue. We might get a rematch at Backlash with a stipulation or something. Do you think Charlotte's gonna lose clean? I'd be shocked if Tiffany win clean. I want her to win. I don't think she will. I know she stands no chance in this match. Just based on how shit this feud has been. I don't know who to heel and who to face. I mean, Tiffany pretty much the face. She was a heel when she was with Nia Jax when she had the briefcase. She pretty much babyface. The crowd is cheering for Tiffany, willing for her. Fans booing Charlotte. Fans don't want to see Charlotte Flair shove down her throat. Her being handed the opportunity. If Charlotte beat Tiffany taps out Tiffany the same way he tapped out Rhea and Asuka at WrestleMania all those years ago. Oh, this is gonna be a burial. This is gonna be shit. This is gonna be awful. I don't want to see that. Unless I actually want Tiffany to win, maybe some screwy way, and then she the champion. But then Charlotte might win at Backlash, and then what? I a transitional champion. Tiffany should retain here. She needs to be Charlotte. Say that she's the girl. She's the woman. She's the face of the woman division, not Charlotte. I want to see Charlotte for a champion. But I don't know. I really don't know. Um, Now Charlotte lost clean to Rhea Ripley because Rhea was over. Last time she had that awful feud with Ronda Rousey. Rousey won the one that was the main WrestleMania because that feud was shit. It was nauseating, and that match had a screwy finish where they got a rematch and Charlotte won, and well maybe Charlotte lost because they had stipulation. But here I'm afraid it might happen again. Now this match is not going to main event, even though Charlotte won the Rumble. This might be second to last. It might be a middle of the show. Who knows? They could open the show with this, with I wouldn't like. But it might be in the middle of the card tomorrow. I actually want to see Tiffany wins. I've been feeling Charlotte gonna win, or it's gonna be a screwy finish. We're gonna continue the feud. What's next? If Charlotte loses, she's not gonna be in no mid card. She probably can get a rematch. How long? How many times are you gonna play hot potato with the title? I don't know. I think Tiffany should win, but it's gonna be a fuck finish or a screwy way. I'd be shocked, and I think a lot of people gonna be shocked that if Tiffany win clean and beats her decisively. Yeah, so we got LA Knight versus 2 for the US title tomorrow. I'm not sure who's gonna win this match. I think I said it last week. LA Knight is a transitional champion. LA Knight should drop the title. He only won it because Nakamura didn't do anything. Jacob Fatu had been dominant. He'd been protected. He had not been pinned on SmackDown. I think Jacob Fatu should win. And then we see what's gonna happen with him and Solo. LA Knight was never LA Knight. Maybe Carmelo Hayes if he faces him. Now this match could end a screwy finish, but I don't want to see that. Otherwise, why have the match on here at all? There's not much of a build or story. It's just there to get these guys something to do on the show. I hope they can find to win clean. Maybe squashes them and dominate. If he loses, then Solo gonna get involved and call them at the end of DQ or screwy finish. I don't see Jacob Fatu pin. I don't see that. Jacob Fatu should win. LA Knight should drop it. If he doesn't, where did Jacob Fatu go? Is he gonna turn on Solo and try to get a rematch again? Then why didn't they get him out at WrestleMania? He should win it at WrestleMania right now. Jacob Fatu is obviously gonna win here. I'm rooting for him. If not, then Solo gonna get involved, and it might end a DQ or a fuck finish. That's just lame. Then why have him WrestleMania at all? Obviously, Jacob Fatu should win here. That's my prediction. El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, versus Rey Mysterio tomorrow on Saturday. Should be a good match. Should be decent. Feel like a wild match when you think about it. Now we saw Chad Gable on SmackDown. We saw him at Chad Gable in the Andre Giant Battle Royal, and then he got eliminated. Then he came back out at a Grande Americano, wore the mask, and he actually screwed Wade Phoenix in the Battle Royal and went after him. And then they did the 6-man tag where I'm pretty sure Wade Phoenix and Mysterio and Dragon Lee, they got the win over American Made. We could see Wade Phoenix get involved here. Clearly, I think Grande Americano is gonna win. Not sure how long the character gonna last. It should be it's just a filler match. It should be pretty good. For Saturday on night 1, the New Day versus the World Raiders for the World Tag Team Championship. First time that the World Tag Team Champions are going to be defended on pay-per-view since last year. Should be a good match. It's just a filler feud. The New Day is healed. They need to win it to keep the momentum alive. They kind of lost a little bit of momentum coming off that great heel turn that they turned on Big E back in December. The War Raiders haven't done anything with these titles. They haven't defended it that much. I don't think that they're getting over. They haven't done anything with these titles since they won them. So they might as well drop them to a New Day. This match might be gonna go like, what, 10 minutes? It might be less than 10 minutes. Obviously, the New Day gonna win here. They have to. It shows you how slim the tag division is. Kind of shit. They knew they're gonna win here. They gotta keep their momentum alive. Maybe we'll see Big E or something. I don't know. But obviously, knew they're gonna win here. They will win the tag team titles. I think they'll win their 13th title reign, 13 tag team title reign in the company. Crazy how many title reigns that they won. First time they're heel going into WrestleMania. Obviously, they'll win here. I don't know what happened to the War Raiders, but they ain't gonna win here. And we'll see what they do with it. We got Jay Carter versus Naomi. This should be a pretty good match. This might go like what, 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. It's just a filler feud. The build have been very good. The promos have been great. The storyline with Jay being taken out all those months ago back in November. Naomi was the one that did it. She turned heel. Some people thought, they all thought that it would be they would Liv Morgan, but they swerved us. Naomi's the one that did it. Naomi doing great as a heel. I'm kind of torn this one. I'm okay with whoever wins here, whether it's Jade or Naomi. I think Naomi needs it to see the heel turn. But this is Jade first singles match. I think it's Naomi first singles match as well, so I'm not sure who's going to win here. Should be a very good match. Not sure who's going to win here. I'll be okay with whichever. I think Jade's going to want to get her revenge. Or Naomi might win, maybe some screwy way. But it should be a very good match. The build's been great. The promos have been great. Naomi doing great at the heel. I'm still not fond with Jade still. I don't buy her as a babyface, but it should be a very good feud. I'm looking forward to it. Here's the main event: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. This time with Paul Heyman in his favor. That was the favor that CM Punk won. Paul Heyman will be in the corner of CM Punk. And CM Punk's first WrestleMania main event. The build had been great. The story had been great. There's such bad blood with all three of these guys. Not sure who's gonna win here. I don't think Roman Reigns is gonna win. We're not gonna be around until after WrestleMania. I don't think Punk's gonna be around either. I think Seth Rollins will win and turn heel. Seth Rollins had came out looking like the strongest, and after the promo that he cut on SmackDown tonight, early the opening of the show, I think Rollins had to win. Rollins would pin CM Punk, ending their feud, and then we can do Reigns and Rollins down the line, had them finish off their feud, and then we might get Punk and Roman, maybe at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna go for CM Punk here. I think he should pin Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns is not getting pinned. It's a triple threat match. He's not getting pinned. He shouldn't get pinned. I think it's gonna be either Punk or Rollins that get pinned here. I'd be surprised if it's Roman Reigns, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Punk and Roman. Punk and Rollins. I think Rollins gets the pin here. But again, that's the bad end. If Rollins turns heel, he curved on Punk, curved on Roman, beat them up after the match is over. Maybe curved on Paul Heyman, gets a lot of heat. So I think Rollins has to turn heel. And if Jey Uso's gonna win the world title, you need some heels. Whether it's Seth Rollins or Logan Paul or someone, they need some heels. So I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins to win here. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Those aren't all the matches, are they? These are not all the matches, right? I could have sworn that there were more matches on the card. Alright, hold on a second.
Lesson number 3.
Cody Rhodes was booed in the face-off with John Cena. There are a lot of fans booing Cody Rhodes because there are a lot of fans who want to see John Cena win as a heel. And that's crazy when y'all think about it. I actually want to show you guys the podcasters here for a minute.
This is the craziest thing I've ever done. Oh my God! You're about to see a game play out. There's like, or somebody who had a chance to be a real winner but blew it. And that moment you'll realize you're not the quarterback. You're not the leader. You're a kid in a man's world who doesn't have the balls to last real champ.
So the Cody at first tries to respond, but gets booed out by the crowd.
He just ignores them.
He does. He just powers through.
Yeah.
So he says, "John, you always have something to say, right?"
Right.
Says, "You said you don't bury talent. You are talent." Well, I know a graveyard of talent who disagree. But let me ask you a question, John. You know his name. One who handed you a microphone. About backstage.
Did you?
Please show your love to the Mod Squad. Oh, try. Try not to surprise our heart. Elias. He's a man for us.
Did some great work for us, but Matthew Hook saying Mania being the weakest show this weekend is wild. And Tom LaValle saying NXT is going to be better than WrestleMania like Mighty Ducks 3. So I will just throw my 2 cents in real quick. I agree that I'm more excited for Stand and Deliver than both nights of Mania, probably from the whole card perspective. I also agree that the Mania build has been weak, but I also know
Freakazoids are all pissed at Mariah May, and WWE diehards are pissed at Ricochet. They're all fucking dumb. Just shut up. This is a life you'll never understand. And watching the fans who, because now, I mean, Nitro has been off the air for 20 years, so a lot of fans weren't born when there used to be 2 companies.
Alright, now let's see. Now, my video is sponsored by Solomon the Sound Off, JD from New York. Good My Work commentaries and Fight for Pro Wrestling. Make you guys and watch them and enjoy these.
Road to WrestleMania. I've been ready for it to be done for at least 2 weeks now. So I am very happy that we've made it to the end of said road. And finally, WrestleMania weekend is upon us. And we had John Cena back on TV one last time. He was on SmackDown tonight since they're already in Las Vegas. And it looks like he got a haircut, too. John Cena was on SmackDown tonight for one final face-to-face with his opponent in the Night 2 main event, that, of course, being Cody Rhodes. And the last time that we saw these 2 men in the ring together, it did not end well for John Cena. He got laid out with a crossroads. So I thought maybe this time it would be Cody Rhodes eating an attitude adjustment. Keep people wondering, okay, 1 for 1. Who's going to win on Sunday? But they went in a totally different direction here, and they actually gave us another crossroads. And for the second time in as many appearances, John Cena was the one who was left laying at the end of this segment. But this segment here, at the end of the show, was very interesting for a lot of different reasons. The main reason being that Cody Rhodes got booed. As soon as he went to begin speaking, he got booed. And John Cena, he also got booed. So I'm not, implying that John Cena got wildly cheered here by this crowd. But this is the first time here in his entire title run, let alone this road to WrestleMania, where Cody Rhodes has gotten this kind of treatment. He got the AEW treatment. This is how the AEW fans were treating Cody Rhodes in the waning months of his run in that company. And so that was very interesting that it took this long. But of course, it's a WrestleMania crowd. And so with a WrestleMania crowd, you don't really know what to expect. But in this promo here, we had Cody Rhodes actually winning the crowd back. And one of the ways he won the crowd back, we had a reference to Pale Sting from Starrcade 97. Oh, if you know, you know. We got a Pale Sting reference. We got a Hall & Oates reference, for those of you who picked up on that. And what appeared to be, now I could be wrong here, maybe my viewpoint was not all that great, but from the camera shot they showed, it appeared as if we had a karate chop from John Cena as he karate chopped Cody and went to give him an attitude adjustment, only for Cody to slip out and deliver his second crossroads in the last few weeks. If it wasn't obvious enough before, coming into tonight, the Karate Kid is leaving WrestleMania a 17-time world champion. That was my big takeaway here from the end of this segment. He is going to set the record. He is going to make history. And look, part of it also, as far as the moves for Cody, is that there are people who are going to be at this WrestleMania who understand that this is John Cena's final WrestleMania match. They are going to be there whether he wins or loses to witness history, because I take him at his word. He will never again have a match at WrestleMania. So they're coming to them. This feels special, not only because it's his final WrestleMania match, but because he has the opportunity to go out there and make history by winning a 17th world championship. This was always a possibility. This was always a fear, which is that if you did this match, whether you turned Cena heel, if you kept the babyface, you run the risk of turning at least a portion of the audience against Cody, because maybe they like Cody. It's not that they hate the guy. It's not like he has Dominic Mysterio heat or Charlotte Flair heat. But John Cena is the one going out there for the final time. John Cena is the one going out there trying to set the record, not Cody. There was always a risk to doing that. So I don't know if this is going to be the same reaction that we see on Sunday or not. I'm sure it'll be more of a mixed reaction, for Cody when he comes out on Sunday. But that was how they went off the air tonight, with John Cena flat on his back for the second time, and Cody Rhodes with that smile on his face, standing there posing with the WWE Championship. Get ready. The Karate Kid getting number 17 on Sunday at WrestleMania. Now, John Cena is heading into his 20th WrestleMania. That's what he told us tonight. You know who else is heading into his 20th WrestleMania? His 20th WrestleMania match on Sunday as well? Randy Orton. The Cena and Orton, they got their start right around the same time. Randy Orton at this moment does not have an opponent for WrestleMania. And we're not going to know who his opponent is for WrestleMania until Sunday, because we're getting a Randy Orton open challenge. And I have an idea as to who I think the opponent is going to be. It is pretty obvious after the show tonight that it will not be Solo Sikoa, which, by the way, deserves some applause. Thank God. I mean, the way the show went off the air last week, I was a little worried, because we had Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa fighting off into the crowd. I said, oh my God, please. All due respect to Solo Sikoa, I don't need to see Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa as a WrestleMania match. So at least we can rest easy knowing that is not going to be the match. But it also doesn't appear like it's going to be Nick Aldis. It's going to be somebody else. And who that person is, again, I have a theory as to who it may be, but we won't know for sure until Sunday. The other thing also, and this is really too bad if it works out this way, is that Rey Mysterio is in action tonight. There was a 6-man tag team match that was made during the show. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Rey Fenix taking on Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. And it didn't take very long into the match. It didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. Rey Mysterio got pulled out of the ring. He was chasing Chad Gable on the outside, sliding into the ring. And Julius Creed grabbed him by the leg, and he yanked him hard. I mean, no harder than normal, but he, gave him a hard yank, and he hit the floor on the outside. And we did not see Rey Mysterio again after that. He was laying on the outside for the rest of the match, never got back in the ring. He was being tended to by a trainer. And then there was video of Rey being helped out of the ringside area to the back. He had to be carried to the back. He could not put any weight at all on his left knee. And so that is not good, especially because he's got a match tomorrow against El Grande Americano at WrestleMania, which now appears to be in grave jeopardy. And so what a kick in the balls that would be for Rey, who didn't have to be in a match tonight, but you got 3 hours to fill, and so he ended up in the ring on a show that he's not even on the SmackDown roster. But he ends up in a match, and potentially now is out of WrestleMania. We don't know that, but it's not looking good. And I would feel doubly bad, not just for Rey, but for, all jokes aside, for Chad Gable, who is about to head into his very first singles match ever at WrestleMania. And what happens with him now if this match ends up being called off? So I'm going to be checking periodically to see if there's any updates, while I'm streaming as far as their Rey is concerned, but it didn't look good. So we'll have to wait and find out. We also had a tag team championship match on the show tonight, boy. I got some news on that. And we also had on this show the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have on SmackDown every single year. And we've had many luminaries win this Battle Royal. I remember when Baron Corbin won the Battle Royal. We've had some big names too. You know, we've had Big Show. We've had Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but
We've had Jey Uso. Last year it was Bronson Reed. Right? And look at the fall that he went on to have late last year. So who would walk away with the win tonight in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? I'm going to talk about that. Just so you know, the WWE Hall of Fame is taking place in about 90 minutes. It starts in 90 minutes because, again, they're out west. So East Coast time, it's not starting until 1 o'clock in the morning. But it is taking place tonight at the Fountain Blue or wherever it is that's being held. So we have that coming up in a few hours. We also know that Jey Uso is going to be challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in the opening match on night 1. That is the match that is going to open the show tomorrow night. That match is going to set the tone for the rest of the show. So that'll be WrestleMania Saturday. And also we found out by commercial tonight that Cardi B is going to be hosting SummerSlam, which I believe is new information. I remember Cardi B was, I think, part of the announcement that SummerSlam was going to be 2 nights in MetLife Stadium. But I don't think they announced that she was going to be the host. So yeah, she will be hosting SummerSlam in August. So a lot of different things going on tonight on a show that honestly, it was a mix of good and meh. Again, this WrestleMania season, this road to WrestleMania has felt longer because this is the latest that WrestleMania has ever been. WrestleMania is usually, it used to be in March sometimes, but typically WrestleMania is the first week of April, maybe the very beginning of the second week. We've never had a WrestleMania on the 19th and the 20th of April. We've never had a 420. We've never had an Easter, I don't think Easter WrestleMania before, so this is different. And I think that hurt. It hurt a lot. And this WrestleMania road has been dragging out. Like I said, I'm very happy that we're finally here. My attitude is, get the show on the road, please. Let's get these shows over with. I'm ready for WrestleMania. And I'm also ready for the SmackDown. Why you're all here. This is your Friday Night SmackDown review. We are live on YouTube. It is April 18th, 2025. And let me also throw this up here for you. Because, as I said, tomorrow is WrestleMania Night 1. And I'm going to be live as soon as it's over, whatever time that may be. And then live again on Sunday night for Night 2 of WrestleMania. In between all of that, there will be a podcast. Episode 910 of The Sound Up will be dropping sometime Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try to make sure it doesn't go out too late because I don't want to interfere with WrestleMania. But that's what I mean. And we were told later in the show that Tama Tonga was taken to a local medical facility. We did not see him for the rest of the night. This was the first step in the master plan of LA Knight to take out a member of the bloodline so that he wouldn't get involved in his business at WrestleMania. Now back inside the building, SmackDown technically opened with the man who is, actually he's the man who closed Raw. Fans chanted his name for all these years, or because somebody wrote him a big fat check. He said Reigns is in the Roman Reigns business, and he called him Mr. Private Jet, Mr. Limited Schedule, Mr. Hand-Picked Opponent. When Punk took his ball and went home, he heard little echoes of CM Punk chants. Meanwhile, also a possibility, because there are people who think that Rollins is potentially going to end up as part of this heel crew. People talking about a third man, like fucking Mabel, joining the NWO back in '96. I think Bischoff still rips it to Meltzer, saying that Meltzer claimed Mabel was going to be the third man. But is there going to be a third man in that? Even though we've barely seen the second man. I made that comment recently, like, people still talking about the possibility of a third man. Look, I can't discount it. It's just hilarious to me that people would think like that because we haven't seen The Rock in a month and a half. We've barely seen Cena. And people are talking about third man. Where's the other one? Could it happen? It's possible. Could Seth Rollins end up aligned with them? Did Seth Rollins win night one, get involved in the main event on night two, and cost Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship? And if so, how do you make sense of that? And then where does that go? So,
Well, that's just stupid, and that don't make any sense. After everything Cody did to help, after everything Seth did to help Cody Rhodes win the title from Roman Reigns, everything is sacrificed. He put his body on the line despite he had a bum knee, and he helped Cody Rhodes finish his story. That makes no fucking sense. I don't want to see that. That's not gonna happen. It will only make sense if The Rock comes out and screws Cody Rhodes, breaks his heart, takes away his title, kills his dream, and help John Cena win and embrace John Cena as a corporate champion. That's what I would do. I hope we see The Rock, and they should have Rock and Cody.
I mean, there are different possibilities here. Questions that I don't have any answers to, but I'm curious to see if one does have something to do with the other. We'll find out. Now, up next was the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, won last year by Bronson Reed, who they then didn't do a whole hell of a lot with, but there was an opportunity for him to really get over at the end of the summer, and he took full advantage of it. And Bronson Reed became one of those must-see attractions on Monday Night Raw. And the matches, and the segments with him and Braun Strowman, and Godzilla and King Kong. There was a lot of good stuff that came out of that. And it's really unfortunate that he got hurt when he did. But he was the winner of last year's Battle Royal. This year, doing it on SmackDown, which they've done now for several years, it actually paid off for them because it was a good way for them to kill time. This is the first time that SmackDown is 3 hours. So doing the Battle Royal on this show ended up working to their advantage. So there were already wrestlers in the ring who came out as they were running down the matches for the WrestleMania card. They did that again at the very end of the show. It was a little odd that they were doing it here so early in the show, but then when they came back live, it made sense because most of the wrestlers were already in the ring. Rey Fenix and Shinsuke Nakamura were the only ones who got televised entrances. The other thing also is they said this first hour was commercial free, which for the most part it was, but not really. They didn't even make it 50 minutes in, and we got our first commercial. But again, because they were commercial free, we had to go through the WrestleMania card so they could get everybody down to the ring for the Battle Royal. So again, Rey Fenix, Nakamura, they get entrances, and then we kick things off here. Carlito was the first one eliminated. He had his apple with him, and R-Truth took it away from him and took a bite out of his apple. Carlito got dumped out. Then R-Truth got dumped out. Los Garza, they tried to dump.
I'm Christy Nome, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President.
These are the people.
All right, so let's see JD from New York. Let's see his podcast and what he's gonna say about WrestleMania.
SmackDown tonight, man. Go home show for WrestleMania. Night one takes place tomorrow night. I wasn't really expecting much from tonight's show, but there were doses of brilliance on tonight's show, mainly from the beginning of the show and the way that they started. The ladies, I enjoyed very much what the ladies did tonight. And the end. I thought the end was very, very good. A nice sell, a nice final go-home segment for Cody Rhodes and John Cena. But I want to start with Seth Rollins. That was the biggest takeaway from tonight's show. A lot of people, it is very divided on how people feel about CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns main eventing night one. Some people don't mind it. Some people wish that there was something else in the main event spot. A lot of people feel like there's not really much on the line here in the main event of night one for this triple threat match. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns. CM Punk has been one of the best storytellers in the entire company since he has returned from injury. Seth Rollins is the one guy that has, above both CM Punk and Roman Reigns, has put his best foot forward. At any point in the last 2 years, Rollins has been at his very best the last 4 weeks of the WrestleMania build for this match. Tonight was an eye-opener for me. Tonight was an eye-opener for me in regards to Seth Rollins. Not only do I still think that Rollins will win this match on Saturday night, I feel like he needs it most. I feel like Rollins needs it more than CM Punk. I feel like CM Punk has gotten the best of Seth Rollins. I feel Rollins, he's basically been playing a background player to both Rollins, or Punk rather, and Roman Reigns. Hi, Seth Rollins. I feel like he's been behind CM Punk in this entire feud. I feel like he needs it more just because I haven't really seen him get a huge, substantial victory in what is many, many, many months on WWE television. I feel like he needs it most. Tonight, he really opened my eyes in regards to what is really the general feeling about this match. It is a WrestleMania main event, and he's using the phrases. He's used those pretty vehemently over the last couple of weeks. This is the biggest triple threat match in the history of our industry. And a triple threat match that will change the course of the future of the company forever. He has used these statements in the build, in the hype of this match. We'll get into what he had to say, because honestly, what he did in the open of the show, I felt like Rollins cut one of the best promos he may have ever cut in WWE. He sat in the ring. He sat in the ring with his legs crossed like CM Punk, seated on the mat right in the center of the ring. And he addressed he addressed CM Punk and Roman Reigns, did Seth Rollins. And I thought what he said, he really went over every aspect of why he has a problem with both Roman Reigns and CM Punk. But if you guys were paying attention to what he was wearing, Rollins is usually very outlandish. Rollins is usually very flashy. He's usually very obnoxious. Rollins sat there, and the first thing that I immediately picked up on is that Rollins was not dressed like his usual self. Rollins was dressed more so like The Rock was. Now, I'm not going to say anything is going to happen at WrestleMania because you, me, and everybody else doesn't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins sat in the middle of that ring tonight and cut a promo CM Punk style, cut his own version of a pipe bomb, and he was out there looking very eerily like he was dressed as The Rock. Not only that, Seth Rollins had this big, gaudy Seth Rollins necklace around his neck. I've never really seen Seth Rollins wear gaudy diamond jewelry like that tonight. Biggest triple threat match in the history of the industry. A triple threat match that will change the future of this industry forever. All these things I've seen tonight, all these things I heard tonight, and I'm like, has the IWC really pushed me to the edge with this fantasy booking scenario? Everybody thinks that Rollins is going to end up walking out with Paul Heyman on Saturday night. I feel like something needs to happen anyway. I feel like something needs to happen. You can't have Rollins win the match and say, all right, guys, we'll see you on night 2. We can't have CM Punk win. Everything is great. He gets his wise man. His wise man leads him to victory. All right, the babyface wins. He sends the crowd home happy on night 1. We'll see you on night 2. Sounds pretty boring, man. Sounds pretty boring. I'm going to need a little bit more drama. I'm going to need a nice little cliffhanger to get me excited about what's happening on night 2. WWE hasn't done anything as far as matches directly happening on night 1 that will have an effect on night 2. They didn't do any of that this year. They did it last year. It worked brilliantly. I wonder what WWE is going to do, if they do anything, that's going to carry over into night 2 that happened on night 1. We could be looking at it. Is Paul Heyman going to walk out with Seth Rollins? I'm more a believer now of that happening than I was 4 weeks ago. Does he need Paul Heyman? No, he doesn't. He doesn't need Paul Heyman at all. But Seth Rollins has done things and said things and pointed out things about Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and has called out all of their bullshit. He's called out all of the things that they have done wrong. And it's getting me to start thinking, with Rollins mentioning everything that both of those men are doing wrong, and how he's the one who's playing third wheel. He's the one that's playing third fiddle. He's the one that hasn't gotten what he deserves. Is he the one mentioning all the wrongs of both of his opponents, only for him to finally do what he is saying they are doing to finally get ahead? I don't want to create this narrative in my mind, but a lot of people on social media are talking. You guys are talking. This is not the first time that I've been told about Paul Heyman turning on Punk and Reigns and joining Seth Rollins and walking out with Seth Rollins. I am more of a believer now of that happening than I was at the beginning of this favor being revealed. You put that all together, man, with what he was wearing, what he said about this match, how it's going to be the biggest match in the history of triple threat matches, one that's going to forge the rest of WWE history from this point on. Something is going down. Something is going to happen. We cannot go off the air and this days of our lives love triangle go off and nothing happens. Something has to happen. I'm more excited about this now than I was even last week. And this is just me thinking. This is not me knowing anything. I don't have any information. I'm not privy to any information. But the things that Rollins has said, the things that Rollins have done, the things that he is wearing, stuff that he's wearing, I feel like he is kind of setting us up for something, maybe a little foreshadowing of what's to come tomorrow night in the main event. I thought what he did tonight to open that show, the promo that he cut to open the show, was fucking fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. More of the same from them. I enjoyed the segment. I thought John Cena was very visceral tonight. I thought Cody Rhodes came back and finally just said, you know what, enough of this shit. I'm going at John Cena, taking the knife, and I'm cutting that wound wide open. They went at it again, just like they did a couple of weeks ago in London. Feel like we are at a boiling point. Something in this match needs to happen. What is that going to be? I don't know. We haven't heard or seen The Rock. There is belief amongst many that The Rock will be in town. I am firmly predicting that The Rock will be on Sunday's show. I think he will be there. He may even show up tomorrow. We don't even know. The Rock will be at WrestleMania. There's absolutely no way he's missing WrestleMania. Zero chance.
He had to be there. If Travis Scott didn't be there, then The Rock gotta be there. Something had to happen.
If he misses WrestleMania, then I'm literally done. He will be there. I feel like everything that we've seen from Cody Rhodes and John Cena, I think even after the last time they got physical, which was one Crossroads, we got the same thing tonight, which was a second Crossroads. John Cena has now taken 2 Crossroads and has gotten 0 offense on Cody Rhodes. I am 99.9% positive John Cena is walking out the new WWE champion on Sunday night.
Yeah, I agree with that too. You expected to believe, man, Cody Rhodes had been built very strong. He had been protected. It is all leading for him to get screwed. I don't want to see a clean finish. I don't want to see John Cena lose clean, like fair and square. That's gonna kill everything he did with John Cena a month and a half. You cannot waste away this heel turn. It's gonna hurt John Cena. And John Cena's advertised for the Raw at the Mania, so Cody's not there. He'll be on SmackDown, but Cena can be on Raw at the Mania. You cannot have John Cena show up on the Raw at the Mania without the title and do what? What's he gonna do with it? John Cena's not gonna show up on the Raw at the Mania without the title, and if he does, what's he gonna do? How did John Cena come back from that? What's he gonna say? Oh, I lost. I'm gonna get a rematch. What? That's not gonna happen. I think John Cena needs to win this title.
The right decision. That is the right move to make for the summer months of WWE. Cody could always get it back and become a 2-time WWE champion. John Cena is going to win the championship on Sunday night, but how?
It has to be a screwy finish. I don't want to see a clean finish. John Cena as a heel needs to win by cheating. He needs to screw Cody Rhodes and outsmart Cody. I do not want to see a clean finish, and I don't want to see Cody Rhodes hit 3 quadruple. Oh, that's gonna suck. That's lame. That's gonna be just so lame. Gonna be so dumb and repetitive. We saw that last year. It made sense last year when the Roman Reigns. We saw that with Brock Lesnar. I don't see that again. Cause now we're getting stale and gonna get kind of boring. You keep doing that. Every time Cody has a big match, he hits 3 quadruples. We don't need that every time he's feuding with someone. And it ain't no way gonna beat John Cena with 3 quadruples. That's not how it works.
The Rock gonna help him? Is The Rock going to be there and help him, John Cena, win the title? And we finally get that partnership that we got on March 1st at the Elimination Chamber. Is it going to be someone else? Maybe someone else stabs Cody in the back, whether it's Seth Rollins. It's another narrative I've seen floating around out there. Is it going to be Seth Rollins stabbing Cody in the back?
Well, that don't make any fucking sense. Even more, man. It makes no sense after what Seth tried to do last year for Cody was help him finish his story. He was his shield last year. That makes no sense. I don't want to see that.
Is it going to be Randy Orton stabbing Cody in the back? We don't know. We don't know. Who's going to help Cody Rhodes if he's outnumbered with John Cena and Travis Scott and The Rock being there? John Cena posted about Stone Cold Steve Austin tonight on his Instagram. Stone Cold is in Las Vegas. We didn't get him last year. How are we going to get Stone Cold this year? I don't know how WWE is going to manufacture an outcome on Sunday night, but I thought what John Cena and Cody Rhodes did tonight, really going back and forth a little bit more heavy than they did the first time, I really felt like they brought the heat tonight in the go-home segment of WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes did get booed. Not only did he get booed coming on out with his theme music, he got booed when he was in the ring by himself, and he got booed when he was in the ring with John Cena.
And that's not good right there. There are a lot of fans who want to see John Cena win. His last WrestleMania and his last year, people want to see what will look like John Cena as a heel champion. John Cena chasing as a heel, John Cena as a heel champion. Can you imagine the match that we could get? It's not good that your biggest babyface is getting booed and your heel is kind of getting cheered. I mean, same with booed, but you mostly cheer. I'm listening the first time he's a heel in front of the state because he was a heel during the European shows for 3 weeks. That was in a different country. Here we're in America, we're in the state. There are a lot of people who want to see John Cena win the title. I think the reaction gonna be 50-50 because last year it was 50-50 with Cody and Roman. Fan wanted Roman Reigns to retain. Others wanted Cody to win. It was 50-50 last year. this year it's gonna also be 50-50. I wonder what gonna happen on Sunday. I can't wait.
That was a tremendous piece of business. Crowd booing Cody, only for John Cena to tell Cody, which I am going to predict here was a shoot. These are the people that you work for. Cena trying to reel them back in. These are the people that you are working for, booing you. Only for Cody to turn it right back around, cut a absolutely visceral promo on John Cena, and get the crowd back on his side in that closing segment. It is going to be a very interesting dynamic at WrestleMania. If the crowd was so easily swayed tonight on the go-home show, imagine what 60,000 people are going to be doing on Sunday night in the main event. Could we be looking at Cody Rhodes being booed at WrestleMania? That's the one thing people were afraid of. Turning John Cena heel, having him be this cool heel, this heel that says all the right things. People start agreeing with him. People start believing him. And then their base is the one who's going to get booed because of how John Cena has been portrayed. So that was kind of a shocking, eye-opening moment on Friday Night SmackDown tonight, but Cody reeled them all in. Cody's very good at what he does. The fact that he changed and swayed the audience within a good 45-second span of him being booed and then him being cheered, I can't even remember the last time we saw that. We'll talk about that as well. There was some nice shots thrown at each other there. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal took place tonight. One of the better Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals.
Yeah, I agree. We had some good spots and some highlights. It was decent. Using the Battle Royal was shit and boring, but it was pretty good. It was decent, and then was unpredictable. I was shocked to see Carmelo Hayes win it. I wasn't sure who was gonna win it, but I'm glad that the winner was unpredictable. It's someone who needs it.
I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio, he teamed with Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix tonight against American Made. And he may not be making it out of SmackDown with a WrestleMania match in his back pocket. Rey Mysterio was carried out of the building today. He looked to be injured, and we are awaiting an update on him. I don't know if that means he will be missing WrestleMania or not. We will keep you guys posted throughout the evening. Tag team title situation on SmackDown is at a boiling point, but it's not getting a match at WrestleMania. Instead, we're getting a TLC match next Friday on the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
When's the last time we had TLC match on TV? It's been a while. I know they got rid of the TLC pay-per-view because that's a gimmick show. It's a D-level show. It was a garbage pay-per-view. But anyway, it's been a while since we had a TLC match. I can remember the last time we had. I think it was 5 years ago in 2020. I think it was. Now, we saw a ladder match, but that was a ladder match. A TLC match means tables, ladders, and chairs. And sometimes stairs, they use it. I don't think since under Triple H, I don't think he used the TLC. I don't think he had TLC matches.
And Aleister Black finally has an official return date. 4/25 is when we will see the return of Aleister Black in WWE. We will go over all of SmackDown tonight in its entirety right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys very much. All right. Go get your merch. He starts the show off, and like I said, he's dressed very, very like The Rock. He's got some Rock-like attire on. Finally came back to WWE, but it wasn't because of the fans. said in the background after Punk took his ball and went home, Paul Heyman is going to be that spotlight on Saturday night. Is he fully going to be for Punk? Is he fully going to be for Roman? Is Punk going to ask something of Paul Heyman tomorrow night and him not do it? Is Roman going to ask Paul Heyman to do something and him not do it? Seth Rollins mentioned a favor. Now you owe me a favor. Rollins could have curb stomped him into oblivion. He didn't. Twice. He didn't do it. Now you owe me a favor. What is that favor? That favor could potentially be there is so much tension between Punk and Roman and Punk, with Paul Heyman in the middle. Paul Heyman does Seth Rollins a favor and does this very thing that Rollins asked him to do 2 weeks ago, which was remove yourself from the equation. Him walks out. Paul Heyman walks out of WrestleMania and he takes advantage and wins his WrestleMania main event by pinning CM Punk. Could we see Rollins and Heyman arm in arm, hand in hand at the end of night one? The idea now that I'm talking about it and mentioning it and thinking about it, the idea now presents itself a little bit more serious. I did not think much of it 2 months ago. I did not think too much of it a month ago. Now we're on the doorstep of WrestleMania, legitimately the go-home show. I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. I like it more and more and more I think about it. Not only does Rollins need a heel turn, Rollins has done things. Rollins' history of doing things for others has been very prevalent. Rollins doing things for everyone else. The company, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Cody. He's done everything for everyone else and has done nothing for himself. He's done everything for everyone else. He's done everything to help everyone else. But nobody has done anything to help him. The more that I talk about this, the more that I hear Rollins mentioning the biggest triple threat match in the history of this industry. Who says that? Who says that? The biggest triple threat match in the history of our business. The most important match that will forge the future of this company and take it and lead it in the right direction. Who says that? There's nothing on the line. There's nothing on the line. The winner doesn't go to night 2 and get a championship match. The winner of this match doesn't get a championship match, period. There's nothing on the line. Unless CM Punk and Roman Reigns cancel each other out with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman leaves with Seth Rollins, only for him to forge a new era in the WWE because of his partnership with Dwayne. I know this may sound out there, but if you think WWE is going to go off the air on night 1 without some sort of cliffhanger, without some sort of what the fuck just happened type of scenario, do you think this show's going to go off the air with John Cena winning the championship? All right, guys, we'll see you in Vegas on Monday Night Raw. No. There has been literally no huge, oh my God, since John Cena turned heel. There has legitimately been no follow-up to John Cena turning heel. Zero. He hasn't attacked Cody. He hasn't really done anything physically to Cody. There was no Rock. He hasn't done anything physically to Cody. Cody has stood tall and smiled with those big pearly whites For weeks now, he hasn't had a fucking hand laid on him since Travis Scott, The Rock, and John Cena beat the shit out of him in Toronto. Cody's looking a little bit too safe going into this WrestleMania. Something is going to happen. Something has to happen. I don't think Seth Rollins is to be looked at as an innocent party here. Everything that he's done, everything that he said, every action that he has partaken in, it leads to this weekend. You can date this back to when CM Punk first showed up in Chicago at the Survivor Series. Who was it that flipped out more so than anybody? It was Seth Rollins. Who has it been that's been there cackling and complaining about CM Punk? Seth Rollins. Even more so than Drew McIntyre. Who was it that said to CM Punk,
Hey, what the?
Travis Scott's not a part of this. He's only there, he's a fucking henchman. He's a nobody. John Cena, The Rock, Seth Rollins. I may be getting ahead of myself. I may be trying to manufacture something in my own mind for WrestleMania. But the likelihood of these things happening, they are small. But the more that I talk about it and the things that we've seen, the things that we've heard, the history of Seth Rollins dating back to 2023 with CM Punk, the things that he has felt over the course of the last 2 years, it makes the perfect sense in the world for him to want to finally stand on his own and do everything so that he is the guy. Roman's been the guy. Cody's been the guy. CM Punk is the guy. Rollins is constantly the background player. What does he need to do to finally have everybody open their eyes and say, Rollins, man? How do you do that? How do you do that in the land of Codys and Romans and Punks? You go and join the guy who could basically give you the world. Something needs to happen. If it's not that, something needs to happen. If it's not that, Rollins needs to go heel. Rollins needs to make an impact.
Exactly. Rollins should pin CM Punk. He's to beat the shit out of Punk and Roman after the match is over. Kirk dump them all. Kirk dump him and go heel and be the most vilified man in WWE. Someone needs to turn heel here. Roman's not turning. Punk's not turning because they're so over. Rollins needs to go heel. There is no heel in this triple threat match. Rollins has to turn heel. We have to. I think we're over him as a babyface. We're done with that. No more of them sing whoa, whoa. I actually want the old Seth Rollins back. The one in 2015, and that's what we need. Maybe the Messiah.
He's my choice on Saturday night.
Yeah, me too.
He's my choice to pin CM Punk. Punk's already got his main event. He got what he wanted. That doesn't mean he needs to walk out with the W.
Yeah.
I'm going Rollins, and I think Rollins wins the main event of night 1. What happens on night 2? I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Something big needs to happen. Something big needs to play out.
Exactly. I don't want to see a clean win. There is no reason for a clean or fair and square win. If it does, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be angry. You cannot waste away this whole storyline. That's just going to be boring and lame. Like, something has to happen. This is WrestleMania.
Something that changes the course of the WWE for the rest of the year. It needs to happen. A John Cena win and securing number 17 is not going to be it. He could be as volatile and angry at the fans all he wants. John Cena leading the charge for the rest of 2025 as the WWE Champion without a purpose, without a mission, without a meaning is not going to be enough. There needs to be something. What is that something? we're going to get The Rock on Sunday night. I feel like whatever we were missing from the chamber is going to reveal itself on Sunday night. It has to. It has to. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I do not like battle royals.
Me
I
neither.
hate battle royals. I hate battle royals. I hate lumberjack matches. I think they are all awful. They are just spot fillers for television with no rhyme or reason. And they are as lazy of a match to book as anything. I have not cared about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but this particular version of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, with the talent that is in this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I feel was probably one of the better Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals that we've gotten in many, many, many years.
It might have been the best in over 10 years. Last time we had a great one was at WrestleMania 30. That was a great match and a great moment with Cesaro eliminating the Big Show. Since then, the Battle Royal appointed. It used to be on the pre-show. Then it was on SmackDown. Wasn't that good. Last year wasn't that good. This year was very good. There were a lot of spots in here. A lot of good talent in the Battle Royal. We had a couple moments here. It was very good. And the winner was unpredictable. I didn't think we're gonna Carmelo Hayes.
There was a decent pool of talent in this thing, and it was quite unpredictable, especially when it came down to the final 5 or 6 guys in this match.
Yeah.
It could have honestly gone either way. We got a video package airing on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with some vintage footage of the man himself, Andre the Giant. Shinsuke Nakamura did get a ring entrance, and I think he was the only one besides Ray Phoenix who got a ring entrance for this Battle Royal. Don't know why Nakamura, but the ring filled up, the bell rung, and we kicked R-Truth to the floor to eliminate him. There was a little sequence in this thing with Carlito, who started the match, eating an apple. Carlito looked like the biggest geek that could possibly ever exist out there. So they did a funny little bit where Truth took the apple out of Carlito's hand, takes a bite of the apple, several bites of the apple, and then Truth eliminated Carlito and then spat the apple at him. Carlito is a loser. Remember when Carlito was supposed to be brought into the WWE and everybody was so thrilled and pleased that Carlito was getting a second chance in WWE? Carlito has not made a single impact since his return at Backlash in Puerto Rico when he backed up Bad Bunny. Even then, he had his actual theme music. Since then, absolutely nothing.
The guy been a joke. He been a jobber. He been a failure. I don't know why he's doing Judgment Day. I think that they should kick him out of Judgment Day. He did not fit Judgment Day at all. I don't know why he's there. You know what? How long is his run gonna last? And when do we kick him out of Judgment Day? Because Judgment Day needs a change. We don't need Carlito on Judgment Day. We don't. I don't know what he does. I don't really care. And I like Carlito. I grew up loving Carlito since I was little. Carlito was great back then. But now,
Miz then eliminated R-Truth, and he tried to help Melo in this situation, speculating that he could possibly be done with the WWE. I don't think that's the case, but it certainly got people talking. And we got our guy in here, man. Up
hold on.
social media when Angel got eliminated, legitimately after the match, he simply tweeted, "Thank you." This got people talking and people speculating that he could possibly be done with the WWE. I don't think that's the case, but night, SmackDown. Very, very nice. He eliminated himself in the process, so all 3 of them went outside with Otis's clothesline. Otis attacked the Crees on the outside because he still has problems with Chad Gable and American Mick. A unofficial best-of-7 series between each other. Testator referenced this best-of-7 series between these two. Melo and Andrade counted each other.
Google still tracks you in incognito mode. Use DuckDuckGo, a real private browser.
And both guys were down at the end of this battle royal. Andrade tried to set up for the 3 Amigos. Melo blocked it, and he hits his own version of a cutter. They battled on the second rope. Melo got the best of it. He eventually sends Andrade over the top rope for the win. And Carmelo Hayes wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And he stood next to the trophy. The Miz reemerged and shook hands with Carmelo. Melo is Miz. Oh, now, co-winners, I guess, of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Carmelo won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Miz is going to take credit for it because he's, I guess, teaching Carmelo. But yes, Carmelo Hayes won it. And Wade Barrett says, Carmelo was beginning to fulfill the promise he always had. I don't know if it's going to be that rapid, because I know a lot of people were complaining about Carmelo Hayes on Friday Night SmackDown, #1 draft pick for SmackDown. When they last had the draft, he hasn't really done much of anything.
The most relevant he was doing was when he feuded with Andrade. Sure, he wrestled Cody Rhodes a few times and Phil Massive, but the most relevant he was doing was the best of 7 still with Andrade, and that was it. Same thing, he hadn't done much. I'm glad he's doing something. He paired with the Miz. I don't know why it's always the Miz, but hope he gets him over.
This should ease fans and the way WWE has booked Carmelo Hayes. If WWE didn't see anything, and listen, I'll be the first to tell, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal means nothing. Nobody who's ever won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal has done it.
Exactly.
It's not a launching pad for someone's career. It's not like the King of the Ring. It's not like winning the Royal Rumble. This means nothing for anybody and their career. But WWE clearly had a vision. They had a plan for this. They had Andrade, they had Phoenix, and Carmelo. They could have given it to any one of those guys. And they opted to go with Carmelo. Now, Triple H says he doesn't listen to the online chat. Triple H says he doesn't listen to the online fan base. It's not real life. Stop criticizing the product. Just be a fan. It is difficult to look at Carmelo Hayes and see anything but failure on the main roster. The guy's done nothing.
Exactly.
He's lost more than he's won. He hasn't been positioned anywhere, especially when fans are not stupid nowadays. Carmelo and Braun Breaker had led NXT at the same time. They were legitimately 1A and 1B on NXT 2.0. Carmelo was NXT champion. They both got called up at the same time. Braun Breaker is a lot further ahead than Carmelo Hayes is. You don't think that we noticed that?
Exactly. Look how great Braun Breaker is. He's the IC champion going to WrestleMania. Carmelo Hayes, he's not on WrestleMania.
You don't think that we follow these guys' careers and their career trajectories?
Exactly.
How could you look at that and say Carmelo's been good? Carmelo's been well off. He hasn't. I don't really understand why there's such this volatile behavior towards the online fan base. We say the things that we do because we fucking care. If there's anything that you should want, it's the reaction from guys like me, the fan base on social media. If you weren't getting any reaction and I said, fuck this show, I'm not covering SmackDown because it's fucking terrible, that's what you don't want. Carmelo has not had a good run on the main roster. He hasn't. Pairing him with The Miz hasn't really sat well with people either. The Miz is looked at as a joke. He's a Hall of Famer, don't get me wrong. But nobody's clamoring to see more Miz on TV in 2025 when we're moving forward in a new era.
Exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why.
The Miz very much feels like the old era.
Exactly.
Like the last administration. And we're just doing more Miz and putting more Miz on television, pairing him with Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is a lot cooler than The Miz. I don't think that's going to work. That doesn't really make The Miz look any better. You can't look at his run as anything but a fucking fail up until this point. And that's on the creative team. He should already be better off like Braun Breaker, but he's not. So I'm looking at the win in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as he could have given it to Rey Fenix. He could have given it to Andrade, who probably needed it more than Carmelo Hayes did.
Yeah, because Andrade hadn't done shit on SmackDown. What has he done on SmackDown besides the match with Carmelo Hayes in the best of 7? Andrade's not doing shit. He did not factor into plans. He's been an afterthought. He's been irrelevant. He's not being pushed. He's not in title matches right now. And it's sad. Just a shame. Andrade's not really going anywhere. And I love Andrade. But this is the bet that they have him for. The most relevant he was doing when he had that WrestleMania match when he teamed up with Rey Mysterio against Santos and Dominic. But same thing, he hasn't really done shit.
But he went with Carmelo.
Yeah.
He went with Carmelo Hayes. Good. Have absolutely no problem with Carmelo Hayes winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He'll probably show up at WrestleMania. He'll probably get that Bobby Lashley treatment. Hey guys, look what I won. And that's it.
Oh, that's a disgrace. I hope they don't do that.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner for 2025 is Carmelo Hayes. Hopefully it leads to something a little bit better for Carmelo post WrestleMania. But I thought it was a solid battle royal. A lot of sub stories being told. We got Hey Americano and the Luchadors. I thought this was a solid Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and it really got good when it was down to the last 6. So this year's was very good. We got a clip airing of Charlotte Flair. People are invested.
The WWE Hall of Fame. Hey, Jade's there.
You look absolutely stunning. Like you always.
Hold on a second. There's Jey Uso there. Titus O'Neil. Now listen to the Hall of Fame. These superstars are being interviewed. Well, it starts at 1 o'clock, they said. So all the superstars are being interviewed for the Hall of Fame. I might not have enough time to do this Hall of Fame review, but I will show you. I think there's only 5 people in the Hall of Fame. Triple H, Paul Levesque is in the Hall of Fame. Michelle McCool, The Undertaker's wife, she's in the Hall of Fame. Les Luger in the Hall of Fame, he's been inducted. Natural Disaster, they've been inducted. And then we got Massive WrestleMania, Immortal Moment, Bret Hart vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. So I think like 5 people have been elected. I can't wait for this Hall of Fame.
Imagine if it was like things got really personal a few weeks ago, Charlotte.
Alright, now let me now this is the Hall of Fame gonna be coming on real soon. Now there the WrestleMania 41 kickoff, that was earlier, that was at 5 o'clock. It was only 52 minutes. Now this is what we got on SmackDown tonight. Seth Rollins delivered a pipe bomb. He came out looking like The Rock. Something had to happen in that main event. R-Truth eat Carlito's apple. That was funny. That was entertaining. R-Truth is very entertaining what he does. Carmelo Hayes wins the Battle Royal. Hopefully it goes somewhere. I have a feeling that The Miz and Carmelo are going to win the tag team titles. They might. Hell, they might beat the Street Profits. Pretty sure the Profits are baby faces. I think they are. I think Miz and Carmelo might win those tag team titles. I have a feeling that they might. If they're gonna be paired in the tag team Mello with Miz, yeah, I have a feeling that's gonna happen. I don't want it to, but I think that's gonna happen. We had a very good 7 here with Rhea, Whitley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair. They had a face-to-face. Then we saw Naomi. She came out. And Jade came out, getting into a big brawl here. All the women brawled. Naomi and Jade went at it. Bianca and Rhea went at it. Io Sky was the other one out. She actually came out looking the strongest in this brawl. And she did a moonsault and landed on all these women. Io Sky been the strong coming out of it. I think she's gonna retain that WrestleMania. She might retain that triple threat match. She's trying so hard not to be an afterthought. It's not just about Rhea and Bianca. Io's involved. I think Io's gonna steal a victory. I think he had to. Now we got a 7 here. Randy Orton vowed to compete at WrestleMania. Is it gonna be Rusev? Aleister Black? Now JD said that Aleister Black is advertised for what, the 25th? Is he? Maybe it could be Rusev. I hope it's not Solo Sikoa. I hope it's not. Aleister Black could come out, or Rusev. Now they said that he'll wrestle on Sunday. So Randy Orton and John Cena. Randy Orton will have a 20th WrestleMania match. It's gonna be so him and John Cena are tied in third place with most matches at WrestleMania. The first is The Undertaker, and then Triple H. I'm looking forward to see who Randy Orton wrestles. We had the tag team match with the Street Profit and the Motor City Machine Guns. The match ended in a DQ. DIY dealt the tag team titles. Nick Aldis announced next week on SmackDown after WrestleMania is a triple threat TLC match with the Machine Gun, the Prophet, and DIY in a TLC match. Should be a very good match. I haven't seen a TLC match in a while. I'm looking forward to that. We'll see who wins. We had a match that wasn't that good. Wasn't it supposed to be a 6-woman tag? But I get they changed it to 1-on-1. We had Zelina Vega defeat Chelsea in a non-time match. She beat Chelsea Green. I think she pinned her clean. Match wasn't that good. It was kind of wide, so very short. Vega got no reaction. Chelsea Green ain't doing shit with that US title. She's an afterthought. She's not defending on WrestleMania. I don't know what we're doing with her, but you might as well take it off for her. I don't think she should lose it. Cause I don't think people care about Zelina Vega. She's not doing anything. She's not over. We had LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. Get the tail by Fatu and Strowman. Match ending the DQ. So we got the tag team match with LA Knight and Braun Strowman versus Solo and Jacob. Obviously, the babyfaces went over here. LA Knight pinned Solo Sikoa. So if the babyface is going over here, he's probably going to lose on night 1. We had this interview with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton verbally unload on each other. Match was decent. We had this 6-man tag with Rey Fenix, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee battle American Made. Rey Mysterio got hurt. He was carried back days. He might miss WrestleMania. And if that's the case, who's going to take your place? Is it going to be Dragon Lee? Rey Fenix might be on WrestleMania. Rey Fenix might get his first WrestleMania match. If Rey's not clear, if he's really hurt and he's not clear to wrestle Chad Gable, give it to Rey Fenix. Because they did tease it, because Chad Gable cost them the Battle Royal. And they did tease it backstage, so if Rey's not clear to wrestle, we could see Rey Fenix and Chad Gable. Now, who wins that match? I think Rey Fenix has to win it. And then we got the whole segment with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. What about 16 minutes? Cody Rhodes and John Cena verbally destroy each other on the microphone. I can't wait for this. Now there's the countdown for NXT Stand and Deliver. We got the Slammy Awards on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Now that's the press conference after WrestleMania is over. Wait, don't they have NXT? I guess not. That's the Evolve days. Okay, here's the rundown.
Booking.com has all kinds of stakes because some love a rustic cabin.
Now I have to go to the map card. I want to go to the map card again so I can. I wasn't able to talk about all the matches on here. Alright. Now there's the triple threat match that I talked about. My prediction is that Seth Rollins needs to win. I think Jade gonna win, but I'm okay with Naomi winning, but I think Jade has to win. The New Day has to win. Um, I think if Rey Mysterio is not cleared, it's gonna be Rey Phoenix, and Rey Phoenix is gonna win. But if Mysterio is cleared, he might lose to Gran Americano. And you want to get the character over, I think Gran Americano is gonna win. But if Rey's not cleared to wrestle, then Rey Phoenix has to win. Now, I already talked about this earlier. Jacob Fatu is gonna win the U.S. title, hopefully. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I want Tiffany to win, but I think they're gonna be a fuck finish, and Charlotte might win. But my true pick is Tiffany Stratton. Hopefully she retains and beats Charlotte clean. I'd be shocked. Now they said this is confirmed. It's opening the show. Jey Uso versus Gunter. This is a match that will get the crowd hype up, get them going. It's a great way to start the show. Obviously Jey's gonna win. Should be a great match. Jey can get his moment in the opening. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So that's all on night 1. We got night 2. Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel, part of Judgment Day, versus Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, who is the woman Intercontinental Champion. She's not defending the title. I really think they dropped the ball with the whole storyline with Bayley and Roxanne and the tag team match. I think Liv and Raquel should retain. I'm going with them to retain. I don't think Bayley and Lyra need it. I'd be shocked if they win it though. If they want to do maybe make a moment and do shock value. Just to play it safe, Raquel and Liv are gonna retain. We got Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a street fight, Sensei street fight match. I think I'm going with Drew McIntyre. McIntyre has to get the win and get a payback on Damian Priest. The build have been very good. The promos have been great. The brawls have been great. I'm glad they made this match interesting with the stipulation. A street fight should be very, very decent. Drew McIntyre had to win. And Drew McIntyre got gave revenge because Damian Priest beat him last year. He capped in at WrestleMania. He beat him at Clash the Castle. He beat him at Money in the Bank. He eliminated him in the Royal Rumble and in the Chamber. So he gotten the best of Drew 5 times at 5 pay-per-views. So Drew had to get a win back and win. Drew had to win and move on. We might see Drew in the World title this year. I'll be okay with either one, but I think Drew has to win. As for the Intercontinental Championship match, Fatal 4-Way, Penta, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Dominic. It's either Penta or Dominic Mysterio. Braun Breaker's not going to take the pinfall. I'd be okay if he retained, but he hadn't done much with the title since January after he wrestled Sheamus on the Saturday Night Main Event. So Braun Breaker's going to lose. He's not going to be pinned. He'll be protected. Finn Balor's not winning it. He might take the pinfall. It's either between Penta or Dominic. And we'll see if Dominic wins. We'll see what happens with the Judgment Day. If they have plans, if something's going to happen. If Dominic turns on Finn and kicks him out of Judgment Day. Or Penta might win and get his moment. Maybe Dominic wins down the line. I'm going to go with Penta just to be safe. Penta's my pick. And then we'll see what happens with... I'm pretty sure Penta had to win. He might pin Finn Balor. And then we'll see what happens with Judgment Day. We got Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. It's just a filler feud. It's just there to get them on the show. The feud hasn't really made sense to me. It's been okay. All I care about, I hope it's a good match. Both of you guys are fantastic. I know that Logan Paul gets a lot of heat, but he's very good. AJ Styles is one of the greatest of all time. He's one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet. I think AJ Styles has to win, but I'm okay with Logan Paul wins because Logan Paul wins. Jey Uso's gonna need some heels. Whether it's Seth Rollins or Logan Paul, I think I'll go with Logan Paul here. I think he might get the win. And then we got the Women's World Championship Triple Threat, Bianca, Rhea, and Io. It's either Bianca or Io. I don't see Rhea winning after losing last month. It's either Bianca or Io. Bianca got the undefeated streak. She's 4-0 at WrestleMania. If she wins on Sunday, she'll be 5-0. And maybe she'll turn heel because Bianca did get some boos tonight on SmackDown. So I'm gonna go with Io because Io came out looking the strongest here. It's been about Bianca and Rhea. Io been like an afterthought. She trying her best not to be. She came out strong in the build-up. So we could see Io retain. But who's he gonna pin, Rhea or Bianca? I'm gonna go with Io just to be safe. And then we got Cody Rhodes and John Cena for the main event on night 2 on Sunday. John Cena had to win. There had to be a swerve. There had to be some heel tactic. Maybe a screw finish. We hope that The Rock gets involved. I hope that The Rock gets involved. I think he had to. I think The Rock had to get involved here. Man. There goes the set. The set looked beautiful. They have great set every WrestleMania. The set looked great here in Las Vegas. I can't wait. Alright. Wait, hold on. Here goes the highlight to WrestleMania.
Get hooked up on it.
I would like to see Phoenix get a WrestleMania match. I think that would be cool. You know, end-to-end Phoenix each get their own WrestleMania matches in their first year. Because right now Phoenix is not scheduled for the show. So it's not the end of the world if Mysterio goes down, because you can do that. You can do Phoenix or Dragon Lee against El Grande Americano. So I'm sure he'll still wrestle and be on the show. But hopefully that won't be necessary. It would be nice to find out that Ray's going to be okay and he'll be on the show. But based on what we saw tonight, not looking too good. And they aired a very cool video package for the Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins triple threat match tomorrow night. It was set to sail into the black by Machine Head. And this was awesome. I saw this earlier today, but they aired it on the show tonight. Ladies! In these video packages. So this was very well done. And then we got the final face-to-face to close the show. The final
Action. WWE is going to be forced to make that change. And when they do, it's going to hit. Bianca needs a heel turn.
Yep, they said that Aleister Black is coming next week.
More than anybody. She's been a babyface the majority of her main roster run. She was a heel in black and gold, and when she was a heel, she excelled at it. When she was a heel, she was believable. If you don't think that woman has the capability of being a heel, then you don't know Bianca Belair. Is not winning the match at WrestleMania. I do think that Bianca will take the pinfall. I do think that Bianca's undefeated streak at WrestleMania will come to an end. I do think Bianca goes back to SmackDown, and I do think that Bianca and Naomi once again link up, and Jade Cargill, whoever attacked Jade Cargill, right now it's Naomi taking the fall. Right now it's Naomi who's being blamed. But Naomi, several weeks ago, she said those words, and I know you understood it when I said it. I did it for Bianca. I did it for you. Did that mean anything? Did that mean anything in the context that I listened to it as? Or was it just, I did it for you because I thought you would like it, and I did it because I love it? I did it to save you. Or did she really do it because Bianca told her to do it? Naomi, Jade. Jade, Bianca. Jade was not happy with Bianca. Is Naomi eventually going to get her friend back in Bianca? I don't think that Bianca wins the championship. I think she goes back and does this thing, and I think we get this finished up and wrapped up before we move anything on with Rhea and Bianca. I do think that at some point we are going to get a one-on-one match between Rhea and Bianca, but it's not going to be now. It's going to be when that transformation happens. Babyface Rhea and heel Bianca. That's the match. That's the money match. It's one of the biggest matches that WWE has in the pipeline to that women's division. We're not getting a one-on-one this year. We could be looking at it at SummerSlam. We could be looking at it at WrestleMania next year. We don't know. But I do not think that this Jade, Naomi, and Bianca storyline is over. I don't. I do think that they are kind of going back to it. Right now, they have to operate without Bianca because Bianca is doing the world title thing. But Jade and Naomi, I do think that we see Bianca back integrated into the storyline post WrestleMania. John Cena. They showed a John Cena sign in the crowd.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max together for $16.99 a month.
To beat Cody at WrestleMania. And then Cody changed all of that with what he said to The Rock. The Rock gave him a choice. Do you want to do what's right or do you want to win? And when Cody made his choice, Cena realized Cody doesn't stand a chance. And that night, all that was left for him to do was the one thing that Cody couldn't, prove to the fans that they don't matter. When you stop caring about them, you can accomplish anything in life. But Cody is too weak to understand. He says Sunday, to beat him, to beat Cena, Cody has to choose. Does he do what they think is right? Or does he win? Does he want to win? Cody is scared, insecure, and naive. You wear this suit, you have your tattoo because you want to be somebody. But you didn't need the tattoo because someday he's going to make him somebody. Cody will realize that he is not the captain or the quarterback. He's still just a kid in a man's world who doesn't have the balls of the last real champion. Then it was Cody's chance to speak. And before we even get into that, let me just say, I thought this was delivered well. And Cody, stood there and listened to everything Cena had to say, and Cena had some good lines in there. I liked one of the first lines in there about how he's facing a man who's not afraid to die. Because he's already announced that he's done. It's not like he's putting his career on the line. It's not a career-ending match. Like, he already made his peace with it. He's made the announcement. This is my final WrestleMania match. This is my last ride. I'm done at the end of this year. I've got nothing to lose. Right? That was basically what he was saying. And I thought that line went pretty hard. So again, this was good stuff from Cena. Not radically different from what we've heard from him in the past. He did fall back a lot here on ragging on the fans. This feud has not really been between Cody and Cena. This has been John Cena against the fans. That's basically what this has been built on. And Cody is a vessel of the fans. He relies on the fans. He likes them.
Google steel tracksuit in incognito mode. Use DuckDuckGo. A real private brand.
Their entrance match officially started. Shelley and Sabin worked a series.
But they really leaned into that in this promo. But then it was Cody's turn to speak. And the fans started booing again. And Cena said, "This is who you fight for." And Cody said, Cena said that he doesn't. Well, remember when Cody made the comment about him burying talent? And Cena's response was, "I don't bury talent, I am talent." So he made reference to that line again. He said, well, he knows a graveyard of talent that would disagree with that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about WrestleMania. He asked Cena if he knows the name of the guy who handed him the mic. Do you know who that guy is? Because I'll bet you don't. Or maybe that woman over there, or that camera guy, or this person, or that person. says, since the GOAT hasn't shown up since the Elimination Chamber, let me offer you some perspective. And he calls Cody underwhelming. Right? You call me underwhelming. Well, Cena is overrated, overbearing, out of touch, out of time, with a face like melting wax and a stack of dimes for a neck. I wonder where he got that line from. And he's paler than Sting at Starrcade '97. That was great. If you know, you know. If you know the story, then you get the reference. If you don't, then you won't. And Cena's sanctimonious comments about how he's an errand boy, when the whole world watched him saunter out onto the Oscar stage, butt-ass naked for the people he runs errands for now. And by God, John, it's 2025, and you still can't wrestle. He won the crowd over with those comments. Whoever you thought won the promo, what he was able to do was turn the crowd back in his favor. Because as he was really getting fired up and getting into these comments and the Sting line, like by the end of this, they were cheering for Cody. He won them back. So Cena called them all idiots. They're just like Cody. They don't know what they want. And to beat Cody, he says he doesn't have to wrestle. And then this is the part where it looked like he gave him a karate chop. It may have been thumb to the eye. Just the way they shot it, you couldn't tell because it was from the other side of Cody's head. I thought maybe he kind of bopped him in the fucking ear. And they were selling the fact that, he had the busted ears up after the Elimination Chamber. It may have been a thumb to the eye. It legitimately looked like he gave him a fucking karate chop. Okay, he looked like Daniel out there. Daniel, I guess, how old is Ralph Macchio now? He might be the same age as Cena for all I know. But that's what he looked like. He gave him a fucking karate chop. And Cody sold it. And then he got him on his shoulders for an attitude adjustment. Cody slips out, and he ends up giving him the crossroads. And so, yet again, second time in the last few weeks. Well, I guess it would have been, 31st, right? March 31st was the last time we saw Cena. And he got laid out at the end of that segment, too. So here he is getting him looking up at the lights. And the show goes off the air. Cody goes back down the aisle, posing with his title. That is how the final SmackDown, the final show before WrestleMania went off. I love the little Ball and Oates reference. Out of touch, out of time. Thumbs up on that. The Sting being pale, I mean, that's just a classic, just nonsensical Eric Bischoff story. Why do we yard? Why don't we take our days off? Oh, instead, just
Nick Aldis. He's backstage in the arena. Gargano and Ciampa, after the last match, took the tag team titles and thought they were going to walk out of the buildings, stealing the WWE tag team titles. Nick Aldis.
That's not honest. It's a better relationship for all the world.
The Hall of Fame's up there.
Triple H is so funny because I'm so busy. He's supposed to be running this. So is he gonna take a picture of himself and he can get that creepy ass statue that they had floating around and he's gonna point to it? Who gets Triple H in the ring?
Now it's my
Hold on a second. The Hall of Fame is oh, come on now.
This morning, stop pancake Jimmy Dean bread.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it on here. You put them on Peacock or YouTube?
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Oh, it's true.
Never mind. So it is on YouTube. I don't want to make the video too long though. Hall of Fame taking too long. Is Quit the Miracle. Is it 4 hours? This is part 3. So we will talk about the matches tonight. It's way too long.
Just for a few months, put the belt on Cena. That is the right outcome this Sunday. Everything they've done so far, laying him out twice, it all points to that. What involvement, if any, will The Rock have in this? I don't know. We haven't seen The Rock since Toronto. I cannot imagine he won't be there. Him and Travis Scott will probably be there. What involvement, if any, in the match will they have? Is there a third man? Is the main event on night 1, the finish of that match, going to tie into the main event of night 2? I don't know. Is there going to be another person revealed as being part of their little?
Be the 20th time he would compete at WrestleMania. Orton said he will show up on Sunday. Who? Let's get it out of the way. Dave?
A whole bunch of WrestleManias ago when they made out that Cody up his ass. Everything.
This is the craziest thing I've ever done. You're about to see a game play out.
No, hey, the path to here. You know, my journey to becoming a couple of years, probably like a lot of young kids growing up.
Wait, hold on a second.
Hotel, this hotel. Where's the Lawrence? Coming to read.
Wait, the Hall of Fame look different. I knew it.
Here at WWE. I've done just about everything. I even had a match at WrestleMania. I know, at least I had one, right? But the biggest thrill of my entire career has been able to sit behind that desk and provide the sound. 1985 freshman
And
Syracuse
Mick
University.
Foley.
I bought a ticket on the
Way Mysterio and June. Yeah, Way Mysterio and June. He might not be in WrestleMania. Alright.
All I had brought myself, Roman Reigns.
I hope not. This is go time, baby. It's the WrestleMania main event.
And he's not going to wrestle Randy Orton. That basically died last week. Solo succumbed. Anybody but Solo succumbed. Who else is in Las Vegas that needs a WrestleMania? Maybe it's Mariah May. Maybe it's Baron Corbin. He tweeted out, "Is it too late for me to get to Las Vegas?"
Well, Mike, we'll end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. I'm not gonna do the Hall of Fame because it's too. I'm not. It's gonna be too long.